There can never be just one ballad, but there can always be ballads 1 through 2, 3, 4, 5.
Ballads1 came out 4 days ago. It's got 12 songs on it, and we are going to go through the other songs. Now, for the 4, why are we not covering them? Well, because Yeah Right came out in 2017, so pretty much I like that song. I like the characterization of apathy. I like the really kind of depressive tone it has, and it's kind of just this weird sad acceptance of which you've just like been like, okay, the quicksand is pulling me through, I'm gonna die now, okay, bye. Slow Dancing in the Dark, I still have the same feelings. Nothing really changed. Can't Get Over You I like a lot more, especially because I was right about that juxtaposition. And there's a little funny box cutter sound, and I like the little joke of, oh, I have no social cues. Test Drive, I like it a little bit more, but I still feel like it's kind of a typical song. It's not anything worth noting. Really, these songs don't have a particular narrative that they're trying to strike. So if you're trying to listen to this for story purposes, don't do it. Toss out your ideas of this lyrical content being mind-bending or otherworldly. The only ethereal thing in here is most likely the chain sounds that were first in Demons. I'm not sure if they were anywhere else. I'm pretty sure they're in the album in Tongues, like in multiple other different instances, but I just know it from Demons, like off top. Now, that is a little bit representative of this album because this album still does have that same ethos of depressive, very dreary, very sad, very longing, kind of wistful within the music itself. It feels like it's trying to like reach desperately for something to hang on to, and it's just another miss, and it's just like things are still just burning you down. It's nice to have those little deviations that are a little bit brighter. Now, Can't Get Over You is not necessarily bright in terms of lyrical content because we know what it's about, how it's just more this person that's struggling to get over someone, but it's done in a different fashion. And I think it would have been cool to see Joji kind of do that a little bit more here. No Fun was pretty fun, actually. I really did like it. I think that most of these other songs were the same thing. Now, the thing that I expected, and this was only because of the first single that came out, Slow Dancing in the Dark kind of had me wondering if Joji was going to go in a different direction, or if not a different direction, kind of use more details and more, exciting moments within the music. That way it didn't feel like he was saying the same things, although he is technically saying a lot of the same things. And it's a little hard to understand him on some of these songs. I'm really, honestly not sure what he's saying. But I have a feeling like it's pretty much same type of motif over and over again about either it's a girl or somebody's lost. It's usually that kind of, like I said before, wistful calling to something to bring that joy. Does that make this album not enjoyable? No, I really like it. Like I said, the only song on here that I would skip is R.I.P. because Trippie Redd singing, not good. The lyrical content, not good. The whole song, not enjoyable. I would just skip that one. But as far as an album altogether, Ballads1 is actually really enjoyable. It doesn't necessarily feel like it's cohesive. Like these songs don't really go together necessarily. There's not really super smooth transitions or these songs kind of having a cohesive narrative of some sort. Like I said, there's not really a prevailing narrative here that, we're like, okay, so this is what I'm supposed to take from this song. I think this was more of a compilation project. It's not an EP, but it's not an album of which I'm like, oh man, and this connects to this. I don't think Joji necessarily is someone who tries to go for a narrative, so it would be kind of wrong to just be like, well, this sucks because it has no narrative. Like I said, I think this is a compilation of really enjoyable songs, and so it does make up a fun album. Not necessarily fun in the way that it's like, oh, this is so happy and exciting. It's still pretty dreary and, very sad at times. However, it's not to the detriment of the album, because this is something that Joji has been like doing for a while. The guitars are very, they only get intense, I want to say, in I'll See You, or not I'll See You in 40, but the guitars get only intense in Why Am I Still in LA? And I thought that was cool. Ballads 1 is Joji's outstretched arms picking other things up beyond what he was comfortable with. I think this is Joji like reaching a little bit out of his comfort zone and starting to pick things. And I think the next album, if there is to be a next album, I think the next album will be more stuff like Slow Dancing in the Dark. Slow Dancing in the Dark kind of like had me up here, and though we didn't really meet that, I still think that there were little details here or there that changed and evolved over time from In Tongues. Like, you can say that they're different, but they're not distinctly different. There are certain similarities beyond just the ethereal chains that are making the haunting sound of dragging on the ground, but it's not a carbon copy. There is clear improvement here in Ballads 1. And I think it's important to note that Joji does bring a different energy here, and I think that over time we'll see Joji change even more. But it's not wrong for him to have this same ethos, especially if it's working. And I think the thing about it is he's probably going to change up even more. So overall, I think Ballads 1 will be a success. I think it already has been a success. Ballads 1 overall was fun. It was a enjoyable experience. And I think that despite not really having a cohesive narrative or, necessarily a structure that had any kind of specific, thing it was going for, I think it was fine as it was. It's not bad. If you would like to go listen to Ballads 1, please do so. It's pretty cool. But don't listen to it if you're trying to be in a good mood. No, don't do that. So yeah, Ballads 1. Well, this guy says slow dancing in the dark is a dangerous thing, so if you want to be prepared, I would have wanted you to have more attention on that, but I'll see you in 40. Hopefully, it won't be no fun.